Aw, man. That's just...
A very good morning to the honorable judges,
Sakit aja.
teachers,
Man. Sakit telinga saya.
a very good morning to the honorable judges, teachers, and all fellow listeners present here today. I'm here, standing right in front of all of your curious eyes today, about to present a speech entitled The Value of Reading. Let's begin. Do you, sir, enjoy reading books? That was a rhetorical question, wasn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, recent research on first and second language reading confirmed that the key to reading improvement is extensive practice. Most students nowadays choose to read just for the sake of pleasure. Sad to say, ladies and gentlemen, that reading for pleasure is only an essential part of any student's life. For one, to enhance his or her ability to read, one should learn to read widely. Ladies and gentlemen, many teenagers nowadays, just like me, are starting to get addicted to comic books like Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, you name it. Sad to say, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow comic addicts, that books like these have very, very little contributed to the development of true reading skills. However, ladies and gentlemen, there are still many different types of books from all around the world, from every single nook of the bookshop, that teaches us many different things. The simplest example, storybooks. Storybooks help stimulate our imagination. They enable us to write creatively. They enable us to think creatively. Even do things creatively, ladies and gentlemen. Besides storybooks, there are also books like plays from people like William Shakespeare or Charles Dickens. Books like these teach us about people, the way they think, and how we can learn from their mistakes. Other than books on plays, there are also books that teach us some complex theories or even new discoveries in our everyday life. Books like history, for instance, teaches us about people, their attitudes, and their relationships. Books on technology, on the other hand, teaches us about things that have been invented, things that are being invented, and things that are about to be invented, sir. The perception of reading of many, many young children nowadays is that reading is boring. B-O-R-I-N-G. And boring is spelled boring. But there's no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that reading from the same old text, reading the same old facts, reading in the same old dull, black and white colors, that reading is considered to be one of the most boring things to be done by any child nowadays. However, ladies and gentlemen, I would never, ever use that as an excuse for me not to read.
This guy is trying to sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will encourage reading beyond the text. For instance, reference books that can be found in local libraries or local bookshops. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth about reading is that it builds our knowledge and helps us learn things that we may never be able to see, hear, or even feel in real life. There is only one question now, ladies and gentlemen, and that question is how? How, ladies and gentlemen, how do we begin to improve our reading skills? Well, 3 steps, other than the trick. The first step is by stretching ourselves. Not literally, of course. But when I say stretch, I mean by looking at the meanings of those words. Those big, bombastic words. Those big, bombastic phrases that you guys can find in all those big books. We can simply look up the meanings of these words by looking up the dictionary, or by simply asking a walking dictionary. My personal goal and teachers. The second step is by developing an interest in things that catches our eye. For instance, if we read about gardening, we could have a garden that would be the envy of many of us. Or possibly, we could start our very own nursery. Ladies and gentlemen, the third step is by using as many sources of information available to us. For most of us, this wouldn't be much of a problem, as we are all now equipped with newspapers, magazines, books, even the internet. Come to think of it, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of information that we have at our fingertips is virtually infinite. If we borrow books from a library, we should learn how to write the right and the words and descriptions he or she uses. For all you know, this would have been one of the key steps that took J.K. Rowling and all of the novels up to the top. Now what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, that we should learn how to be born and read widely. Keep in mind that a fun reading is also equal to fun learning. I've come with a goal today, ladies and gentlemen, and that goal is to enlighten you all with the values of reading. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take my leave.